Can I get your thoughts on the main event between Dricus and Israel?
Crazy. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm a big fan of Izzy. I met Dricus a few days ago. Cool guy. I hope it's a hell of a match.
I'm usually chomping at Israel's heels and sparring, trying to piss him off, but I'll just stay away from the club during this fight camp. He's just hitting like an absolute truck. I can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, that's a fantastic matchup. Super excited for that one too. Dricus, we all know, is a bit awkward on the feet, but it works for him. And he's strong. He's powerful. Like I doubted him when he fought Whittaker. I thought that Whittaker was going to run right through him, but obviously not. He proved me wrong. And then I thought the same thing with Strickland. I thought Strickland was going to run right through him, and again he made me a believer. But again, Izzy is Izzy. So I think Izzy's just on a whole nother level into the striking department, and I just think he's just cleaner, crisper, and I think he finds a massive finish if Dricus comes aggressive the way he usually does.
Yeah, for this fight camp, it's been intense, and it's also been very, it's definitely brought the best out of Izzy. Seeing him prepare for a guy that he doesn't like, and it's triggering. It's triggering when someone's saying that you're not an African champion, or you're not African born, and knowing Izzy for a long time, and moved to New Zealand at a young age. Being in a small town called Rotorua, where there's not many Africans, and you've been told that you don't belong in Rotorua in New Zealand because you stick out, and then being told that you don't belong in Africa. You're going for someone's identity, and when you're poking a bear like that, it's only going to bring the best out of Izzy, because this is more than personal. This is tapping into who he is as a person. So that's the energy that is brought into this camp, and we feed off that, me and Dan, and just to be in the trenches with everyone at City Kickboxing. We're all here. There's a lot of us here. We're all in the all over here for a reason, and ready to go to war.
Yeah, I think Izzy's really good, as everybody knows. I think he's going to hit him. He's going to be able to find a way to put his hands on him to start with, and then I think Dricus is going to keep pushing, and then eventually walk onto a really devastating shot.
I think it's going to be a great fight, but I have to back my boy Izzy. I got a bet with Dricus on the rugby union, so hopefully he'll win that too.
What a main event! It's incredible. I don't know how the fight's going to go. It's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, it's a huge main event. I think Adesanya is going to take it and upset a lot of people, and it's going to be epic.
Oh, Izzy all day, man. Izzy should get him done in one. Let's go.
I think if you were to work it out on paper, you'd have to say that DDP has a strong position to be the favourite in this fight, just because of the way Sean fought and beat Izzy, and then the way DDP fought and beat Sean. You'd think that the same sort of game plan, that dogged moving into his space, keeping him uncomfortable approach will work against Izzy. So you'd have to think logically that DDP would be the favorite, but it's not a long shot by any means to see like Adesanya just picking him apart for 5 rounds and staying on the outside either, right? So that's how I feel.
Was there an official pick there, or you're just kind of sitting on the fence?
I think DDP wins.
Okay.
I do. I think he can just make it a bit of a dogfight, make it uncomfortable, only because DDP's executed the game plan that I think can beat Adesanya more recently than Adesanya's fought and beat someone that has had that sort of approach. Right? That's the only reason.
It's hard to predict, but Dricus is doing very well. Adesanya is great striker, but Dricus is doing very well. I would say 50-50.
Crazy fight.
yeah, I've been going back and forward all week on who I think's going to win. I think I'm going to go with Izzy and Zax.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been lucky enough to spend a fair bit of time around Adesanya. He's a superstar person and he's a superstar athlete. And from the moment I walked into the hotel and saw him this week, he just has a different energy about him. There's something about him that's like electric. And this isn't taking anything away from him. I might even have just been a reflection of my own energy in Sydney, but in Sydney that wasn't there, I felt. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, this man's on.
I'm obviously rooting for Israel being here in Australia. You know, I would love to see him get the win in front of a relative home crowd and get that belt back.
I think Dricus. I like the guy. We have good relationship. He is good everywhere. Like maybe this matchup is similar like my matchup against Hooker. So Adesanya is high level striker, but so wrestling is jiu-jitsu. I think not super. I don't know, but I can thinking about that. Like not this that jiu-jitsu and wrestling is not the same level like striking. So if Dricus take him down, then fight will be much easier than for him. And I think like the power is much different to Adesanya and Dricus. So my prediction is like Dricus will win this fight.